Welcome to Keep This in Mind, brought to you by SpechtHealth.com. I am David A. Specht, and I got these light beams shining behind me, which is kind of cool, but kind of annoying at the same time. But hey, live videoing, that happens. Today, I want to talk about me. No, I'm just kidding. I want to talk about everybody's story. I recently did an interview for the podcast with a fellow by the name of Joshua Smith, who really felt like he wasn't being heard, that he had a story, that people were trying to create a narrative in his life, and he was trying to find an outlet for that story. And then as he learned some things, he began to want to pour into other people's lives. And I see that a lot lately. People who are gaining momentum, and it may be my age, but people who have gained a certain amount of traction in their life, and they know they have a story to tell. They know they want to help somebody in their own life, but they really don't know how to do it. They don't know what the path to telling your story is. And for me, and I think a lot of people feel this way, is that the very best way to bring what's inside of you out to the world is to write a book. Now, as you know, I've hawked this book and talked about it a lot over the last 6 months because it came out in February. But can I tell you that the process from here to keyboard to imprint, it was daunting. It was scary at times. It was depressive at times. And I learned a lot through the process. You see, self-publishing is not necessarily all, rosy. It's and some people don't even know where to start. Some people get into the writing part of it and don't understand how to get it to market. I went through all of the emotions. I went through all of the learning. I began to do research and getting with people who have done it before and finding out their path, just to get this bad boy out there. Oh, and by the way, there's also marketing involved. If you write a book and nobody reads it, what's the point? You've written a journal, right? So getting it in front of people to the place where it can become an Amazon bestseller. All of these steps, I had to learn on my own. And I was approached by a friend of mine who had written a book. Her name's Cicely Simpson. She wrote the book, Pull Up Your Chair. She and I kind of started going back and forth about how there was this gap in the world of people who don't even know where to start, but they need to tell their story. And so we started going back and forth. We started talking about what was possible, how to make it. And we realized that people don't need just a set of tools. Just like in our health coaching business, you can have the tools, but if you don't have a coach in a community, chances are you're going to get held back. You're going to find resistance. And when you hit the resistance, you'll more than likely quit. So we came up with a plan to create a community of people who have stories to tell. Now, it could be that you want to write fiction and you have, your mind just goes and you're a creative type. Or it may be that you've learned some really hard life lessons. And through those lessons, you want to share what you've learned to help others. All of that can be done through the written word. And so it is with great pleasure, honor, to talk to you about AuthorsWriters365.com, a community and coaching to help you get your story out there, to help you get your story from the place of an idea to a physical thing that you can hold on to and put in the hands of somebody else. Whether it's how to write, how do I get my thoughts into an organized set of chapters, to how do I even get started? I'm not a writer. Or how do I find somebody who can help me tell my story since I'm not the greatest in grammar, etc. Or maybe it's you've written your book, but it's sitting in that word processor. And you're like, how do I get it from here to there? I did the legwork. Now what? All of those things can be answered in Authors Writers 365. Plus, there will be ongoing training, ongoing coaching, ongoing engagement with other people just like you and people just like me. People who want to impact the world around them. You see, moving the needle for someone else doesn't take, it could be just the smallest little thing. They may take one sentence, one chapter, one quote out of your book, and it will change their life forever. But until the book is written, until it's out there and available, it's just an idea. So I encourage you, go to authorswriters365.com, read up about it, vet us, look at it all, decide, is this what you want to do? And then let's get engaged in community, because I believe that your story matters. And I believe it matters to somebody, and somebody is waiting for you to tell your story. And when you become obedient to that calling on your life to tell your story, on the other side of that is greater impact than you ever could imagine. God bless.